This is Shaun Sport in podcast form.
Well, the Melbourne Cup Carnival gets underway this weekend. It's going to be Derby Day, then we've got the Melbourne Cup, then we got Oaks Day, then we got Champions Day. It's all happening, and you'll watch every bit of it on Channel 10. And you wouldn't believe it, Eddie McGuire will be the main man. Good morning, Eddie.
Good morning, guys. Yeah, back Station of Origin, back to Channel 10, where I started as a 17-year-old. So what a way to do it, to do the Melbourne Cup Carnival coming out of COVID. So can't wait.
Channel 10. So you're going to be on this season of I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here then?
It's part of the deal, isn't it?
That's it, all that. Yeah, that'll be maybe Love Island. What do you reckon?
I think so.
Is that them? I'm not sure.
Yeah. Hey, Eddie, do you have a tab account? Like Shaun, Shaun's got one that
I give mine a hammering.
that runs on fumes.
I do have a betting account. I'm not a mad punter, but I follow the race. The main reason why I'm not so much a mad punter is because the last 20-odd years I've been president of a football or cricket club at various stages, so I'm not allowed to bet.
Oh.
So, and to be honest, during the footy season and everything else, I'm too busy. So around spring carnival time, I'll have a bet at the races and things like that. But yeah, of course, everyone does. It's part of the Australian lifestyle, isn't it?
Shaun,
how
much is
gamble responsibly?
Of course. How much is in your betting account right now? Be honest, Shaun.
Be honest. Okay, I've got one that's got $80 in it.
Oh.
Yes, and the other one?
And the other one's got $250.
And what about the offshore account?
I'm not giving up everything this morning, guys. Hey, Eddie, one thing, I'm looking forward to seeing you on Channel 10. And as you said, that's where you started. We know that you were the big kahuna at 9. You've done so much on then. Where does Channel 7... Will you never cross the floor to 7 just to complete the set?
Well, exactly. Yeah, I mean, it'll be interesting, actually, on Tuesday and Thursday. I'll be on here on 9 and 10 at the same time with Hot Seat on Channel 9 and the races. So I'll be giving away $1 million on one channel and hopefully 3 on the other. But at Channel 7, it's funny, it makes no sense that I did ever work at Channel 7 in a lot of ways because they've had the football for so long. Yeah. But it just hasn't ever panned out that way.
Are they your Carlton, so your arch rivals?
well, over the journey, maybe I'm their Collingwood to their Carlton, exactly. In that, I've always sort of been a bit of a stone in their shoe with the footy shows and football-related shows that have been going on while they've had the footy. But look, people like Bruce McAvaney, for example, Bruce, one of my closest friends, we actually started at Channel 10 together all those years ago. Right. And I just reckon in our situation, it's all very well in the media, but for the rest of us, we all work together at some stage. Yeah. We all want everyone to do well, and if you're watching it and you're enjoying it, that's the name of the game.
But if you're going to live up to the Eddie Everywhere tag, you're going to have to go there at some point, Eddie. Come on.
You think so?
It's only a matter of time, right?
It's challenging anyone watches in Perth, isn't it? So,
yeah, that's true.
Get over there. Hey, what a great effort for the telethon, though, Channel 7 in Perth. That was absolutely magnificent on the weekend, and what Kerry Stokes does over there, and just amazing. So congratulations to everyone involved, for Basil Zemplis and everybody. Well done.
I know, and isn't it amazing that they raise as much as you make in a year?
Before or after tax?
Exactly.
I'm not going to bring up your Cayman Island bank account either.
That's no offense to the war, don't say anything.
Hey, Eddie, I think last time we actually had you in the studio a couple of years ago, I think the house burnt down at some stage.
We were talking about when I was on Millionaire, which coincided with Eddie's house burning down and 9/11. So, it's quite a while ago.
It was a good week, that, wasn't it? Yeah.
So since you've been here and talked to Nat, has anything else happened? Because it seems to be a point.
Yeah, I figured that was actually a jinx. That's why I don't come on the show that much. But no, all going well, thank goodness. So again, really looking forward to it. I mean, I think the great thing about the Cup Carnival this weekend, or this week rather, is we're all still coming out of COVID, aren't we? Let's be honest about it. And to get the Melbourne Cup Carnival going again, the racing right around Australia, and Channel 7 does such a great job broadcasting that, has been just fantastic the last month. The big names of the horses, they're all running at Flemington. The last day now, which used to be sort of the state-nised day, basically, has now become Champions Day, and 3 absolute ripping events with the biggest names in it. And of course, you've got the other days that are time-honoured with the Derby, the Melbourne Cup, and of course the Oaks on the Thursday. So just can't wait for it. It's going to be great to get all the fun of I think we're going to get a bit of weather on Tuesday, sadly.
I'm just looking at their forecast. Yeah, not great.
Yeah. Yeah, well, we're sort of used to that at the moment, aren't we? So,
yeah, you guys have had it. You got smashed over the East Coast this year.
Rough,
it's been ridiculous.
Yeah, it's been really hard. I mean, look, Sydney, I don't think have run on anything other than a slow 8 for the best part of the year. So we've certainly been hit by it. But it's an outdoor sport. We know that, and that's part of the great challenge of trying to find a winner is to work out who can run on the slow tracks. But having said that, I've been out of Swansea for the last couple of days. You've never seen a racetrack that trains so well. So we'll have every opportunity to present for the horses to put their best foot forward.
Just big plug hole in the middle of it.
Yes.
Hey, Eddie, while we've got you, of course, in the news at the moment is all about sports and sponsorship and players questioning it. And you know what's been going on. Where do you stand on sponsorship of sport at the moment and how much people should be weighing in on the companies?
Look, it's one of these situations where we need to get to in this situation is sport and even morality evolves in life. Let's be honest about it. I mean, it's only 5 minutes ago that we had same-sex marriages that was voted in Australia. So things change as we go and develop and as a society. I think where we are with the sports is there needs to be a little bit more communication between the various organisations and within organisations now to make sure everybody's right. I'm really sad about what's happened with this because there's so many backstories in this. I mean, the netballers have been criticised heavily in recent times for not being that great in promulgating Indigenous athletes through netball. There hadn't been many. So when suddenly the girls have got right in and said, no, now that we've got somebody who's our teammate, we have to stand with them 100%. So you give that a big tick. You go, great, that's fantastic. You can see where Gina Reinhardt was coming in with what she's been able to do with swimming and other sports that sort of have been unloved by commercial support.
Yep.
And she comes in and she does everything in the right way. Clearly, there needs to be some sort of look back on things that Lang Hancock historically said, but that can all be worked out together. And if you can do that, you end up having the best possible relationship going forward where you'd have somebody like Gina Reinhardt and her organisation saying, well, here's what we are doing in the community. Here's the things that used to be that we've been able to absolutely step forward going with you. Here's what you need to do over netball. Why don't we all bring all this together and together go forward? That's the best type of sponsorship you can have. Now, generally, a sponsor, the organisation needs to do something to help their image. That's why they go and sponsor and spend millions of dollars.
Yeah.
And then the sport needs the money because they always need money, and that promulgates the kids coming through and all the good things we love about sport. So it's always a slightly uneasy relationship, but if you get it to work properly and you can get 1 and 1 to equal 5, then you've got the best possible relationship. Sadly, I think what's happened is every time this happens now, it becomes a culture war or a political situation. And then once that happens, then you just have people screaming from the cheap seats and nothing ever happens. But I'd love to sit down and work through with both sides on this because I just think there would be such a great, elegant solution for everybody if everyone took a deep breath and we said, right, okay, what did we want to achieve in the first place? And I believe Gina Reinhardt's heart was absolutely rock-solid gold on that, and the girls involved in the netball, absolutely. So you've got everyone coming from the right direction, and suddenly we've stepped into the puddle. So we
that makes a lot
I'd
of
love
sense,
to see it work out.
Yeah. Well, because you got what's happening with netball, and then you got what's happening in cricket, and now the Dockers have been targeted for their main sponsor as well. I just wonder if if this keeps going, and there could be legitimate reasons why, but if companies that have a lot of money will be scared off putting their names forward because people are going to do a deep dive into their history and stuff like that and try and find some scandals and then pull them over the coals.
I agree with you, Nathan.
But I think, but I think, look, I commissioned a report into Indigenous relationships at Collingwood because we wanted to find out what was going on and get to a position. We knew it was going to be uncomfortable, but we didn't do it because it was a PR campaign. Yeah. We did it because we wanted a result. I think in these situations, if we actually take a little bit of the hysteria away from it all, you can actually get the best possible result. Yeah, mining companies, etc., they do need to stand up and commit, and some people thought there should have been a sovereign wealth fund, for example, and different things like that. I mean, so we have to find the right balance all the way through that because you look at the budget last night. If we didn't have to buy any industry at the moment, we would have been out there and dairy. I mean, that's just the reality of the world at the moment. Coal and iron ore is keeping Australia alive, and we have to learn how to transition in the big wide world of what's happening in the environment. That all has to happen. But if we just throw rocks and start picking scabs everywhere, you never get anywhere in these situations. Yes, these companies have to come together. There has to be a bit of understanding that there's been mistakes made in the past, and what are we going to do in the future to bring these things together, get the best possible result. It's not that hard if people aren't feeling like they're going to get their head kicked in every time they try to do something different.
Yeah, if people feel like they're part of the conversation.
Yeah.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, well, exactly.
Yeah.
And things go wrong. That's why you have managers. You have managers because things go wrong. That's why we have police. That's why
you're talking a lot of sense, Eddie.
Yeah, well, it can be a lot of sense if we actually take the heat out of it and look for the solution and the best possible outcome.
Yes, that's it. It's solutions focused.
Now we're solutions focused.
Yeah, and I'm better than you because my idea is more radical than yours. It just becomes a bit boring with no result.
Absolutely, Eddie. Well, we really appreciate your time and your thoughts on that. Of course, we can see you on the 2022 Melbourne Cup Carnival live and free on Channel 10 and 10 Play. It begins Saturday. Can't wait, mate. Thank you.
Good on you guys, and thanks for having me on, and good luck to everyone over in Perth, and enjoy the races.
Shaun Sport in podcast form.
Firstly, Serena Williams was speaking at over at a conference over in the US, and she said she's not retired.
But she's retired, though, didn't she?
She reckons she didn't use the words exactly. Retirement.
So
therefore she is not retired.
She hasn't retired. She's just stopped playing tennis forever.
Exactly. It smells of a comeback, doesn't it? 41.
But they did that massive farewell at the US Open for her. Remember that?
I was there.
But she's saying that she never retired, so it's not a comeback. It's just
not a comeback.
Beginning.
Does she
keep going? It's a keep going.
Just momentarily on hiatus.
Come on, she let that whole retirement thing play out. I mean, but yet she doesn't need the media attention. She doesn't need
the money.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I get it.
But once you get to a certain amount of money, I don't care how much you love something, stop and spend it.
Yeah, that's right, exactly.
Just stop
Enjoy
and
it.
spend your
Live
money.
your life, love it.
But maybe she gets to the point like Tom Brady, who gets to, every year he's almost in the Super Bowl when he's playing.
It's cost him his marriage to Giselle.
And I reckon how many years has their marriage been on the rocks and he's just been playing to get away from it?
Well, on that as well, he's playing terribly this season, right? So he's ranked 16th or something as quarterbacks in the competition. Now, normally, as we know, everyone around the world knows he's the best, right?
Yeah.
But he's lost his marriage is over because of this. Is the main reason.
Go out on top,
and he's playing poorly.
Yeah, you've got all the money in the world.
Maybe Giselle was the wind beneath his wings.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. Well, Shaun, why'd you stop?
His body couldn't physically take it anymore.
Or did you make enough money?
Definitely wasn't that.
Remember that time?
Yeah,
Remember that time that you made enough money?
God, that was funny. Moving over to cricket now, and Australia back on track at the T20 World Cup, playing Sri Lanka last night. Marcus Stoinis went bananas with the bat.
Yeah, he was fantastic.
He was launching them all over the place, made 59 off 18 balls. Now, get a load of this. So, Marcus Stoinis is at one end, Nathan. There's a couple of wickets. Mitch Marsh
what are we
got
talking
out.
about? Cricket? Okay.
So, Marcus Stoinis has made 59. He was at 53, I think, off 17 deliveries only. 17,
53
and he
runs
made 53
off 17 balls.
Yes.
Up the other end is
Impressive.
the captain, Aaron Finch.
Yes.
He makes 31 off his whole innings off 52 balls.
Off 52 balls, that is not good.
T20 cricket, that is not
I'm
going
to go 42 balls.
It's not good enough in T20 cricket.
Even I know that's not good enough in T20 cricket.
In Tooth Fairy cricket.
T2T. Here's Aaron
In
Finch.
T2 cricket. I love those T's.
Here's Aaron Finch after the match.
Obviously my innings was unusual, as poor. I just couldn't hit the ball, but thought the way that we approached it with the bat was fine. We knew that the first 4 or 5 overs with the ball, especially with Kamara nipping it around, it was seeming a long way there. So if we could get through that one or none down, that it was going to be really important to set up the back end of the innings. And it would have been nice if I could have kicked on earlier and made that chase a bit easier. But all in all, pretty clinical.
He's got one job. Hit the ball.
He's a
Score
liability,
runs.
man. He's a liability.
Score
But I
runs.
reckon as a captain, he does a really good job. And because they committed to him being the captain before this
So he's
World
good
Cup,
at telling
they
people
can't get rid of
when
him.
to bowl, like, who should bowl next, and placing a field that he gets to take forever to score any runs. It's T20 cricket.
I do not believe that he has the right to play T2 cricket.
It's slash and bash.
Exactly what he said.
For a cup of Melbourne breakfast.
Hopefully Australia go on to big things against England on Friday night at the MCG. The
They're
joint's
up
going to be
against
rocking.
it. Sri Lanka barely made the Super 12 for starters. They weren't exactly a dominant opposition.
No, but you just need to. Sometimes the wheels need to turn.
They got beaten by Namibia in the lead up.
I know, tough to say.
And that's not easy to say.
The wheels need to turn somewhat for the momentum to begin, and if they can get over the line against the Poms, who knows? They can be back in this tournament in a heartbeat.
Well, anything can happen
that's enough
in T2 cricket.
Thank you so much. T2 cricket.
Shaun Sport is a Nova podcast. For more great comedy shows like this, head to novapodcast.com.au.